If they will abandon it, it will be abandoned. It will be aborted before that date. So we are not worried about those things. But the issue is that I don't believe announcement, and I don't have any basis to believe what they are announcing, and that is one of the problems, because the commission itself speaks through various mouthpieces, which keeps contradicting each other. So when we hear any announcement on the radio or we see any headline in the newspapers, we don't know which to believe, whether to believe it or not to believe it. So as far as I'm concerned, the biggest issue facing the country getting into the elections is the credibility crisis that the Electoral Commission itself is facing now. Because they communicate at cross purposes. 1 week ago, I think after the Tamale demonstration, one deputy chairperson was on a television announcing the Electoral Commission's preparedness and intention to engage with all stakeholders before they crystallize any decision to compile a new register. And just at the same time, another senior member, that is the chairperson, was also announcing that the compilation of a new register was a done deal. You understand? Previously, we have had occasions where one deputy has made announcement in the name of the commission, and then at IPAC, when we asked, the commission said that they had not sent anybody to make such announcement. When that deputy who did that announcement was also present. So, and then also, the reasons they give or continue to give for the need to change the register. Everybody in the Electoral Commission is saying a different thing. So we have a real crisis of credibility. I'm only hoping that after elections, we will not be hearing different announcements and declarations from different commissioners there.
That will be very interesting.
Yes, so that credibility crisis must be addressed. And as I speak to you, today, somebody has published that the vendor for the new system has been selected. And yet, when you read the full story, it tells you that the procurement system is ongoing. So there is real credibility issues there. And then the procurement, the so-called procurement that is going on, the claim is going on. It's also fraught with design and not too transparent things that are happening. Because I have credible information to the effect that after the bids had been opened, a technical evaluation committee was established, chaired by one commissioner. They did technical evaluation, and one of the four companies emerged first. Report was submitted Then the minister comes and demands that the scores of the technical committee must be reviewed so that a certain preferred committee. And they actually went back, took the report, and did subtractions from various scores and additions elsewhere to come to the conclusion that the preferred company of Jimensa emerged. And this is happening in this country where we have a whole minister of procurement. Are you surprised that we are not making progress in our anti-corruption scores? So then, after the second review, they are now to go for the financial review. And the commissioner who chaired the technical review, whose scores had been reviewed, is refusing to participate in the financial evaluation and has since written to the chairperson that he is washing his hands from whatever is happening in the procurement exercise. And yet, another person is announcing that a winner has been selected. So there are real credibility issues with the commission, which pose a greater threat to election 2020. So credibility, it is not credibility of the voters register that is in doubt. It is actually the credibility of the Electoral Commission that is in doubt.
Well, you talked about the possible call of the moves to at least do the re-registration exercise. Now, you have been talking about the fact that the comments that are being made by the Electoral Commission. Now, the three leaders, the chairperson and her two deputies, and other people have been speaking on behalf of the Electoral Commission, have all maintained that this exercise will come off. In fact, they have given dates. What convinces you that there's still the possibility of it being called off, judging from the fact that they have even ignored the committee that they set up to supposedly advise them?
You see, what convinces me is that they are isolating themselves from the population. And there is no state institution that can declare itself independent of the population, the people in the country they are supposed to serve. So they are gradually working to isolate themselves and stretching their independence to a point. A Electoral Commission declares itself independent of the views of the people in the country, whose vote, who will be participating in the voting. They declare themselves independent of the views of the participants, who are the political parties who will be participating in the process. And they declare themselves independent of civil society organizations in the country, who represent the voiceless. And they declare themselves independent of all the eminent people in the country. Then who are these serving? You have declared yourself independent of the taxpayers who finance you. You have declared yourself independent of the voters who are supposed to count. You have declared yourself independent of the political parties and the candidates who will be participating in the voting. And you have declared yourself independent from all the opinion leaders in the country. So who are you conducting the election to?
That's the question. If the Electoral Commission, like you said, is saying that they are independent of everybody, the question you have asked is, who are they serving? What is your own perception? Yeah. What is your own views on that? Who do you think they are serving?
It means they are cutting themselves out. They are behaving like Don Quixote, fighting non-existent enemies. So they don't understand why they are there. They don't understand basically that state institutions are established to serve the state, the interest of the state. So they are working themselves out of the thing. And they should remember this legalistic independence they are hanging on. They should go and ask apartheid South Africa. Didn't they have laws that supported what they were doing, the segregation they were engaged in? And were those laws not embedded in their constitution as it existed at that time? Because their conduct lacked legitimacy, they were swept away, and the constitution that reflected the aspirations of the people in the country has been established. So you see, you cannot claim that you are independent. You have been granted some independence by a constitution that the people have established for themselves. And after you were created, then you say you are independent of the people who created the constitution. It doesn't work that way. So all these institutions exist to serve the interests of the state. So the interest of the state is the voice of the people living in that state represents the interests of the state. And so if anybody thinks that they can claim some independence from the people of Ghana, then they don't understand the issue of sovereignty at all.
Well, one last question on the voters register, then I'll take your quick comments on two other developing issues. Okay. Because you said the issue of the fact that they have found a solution, they are now finding the problem. Well, the latest one is what we heard from Dr. Asiedu Nketia. He's reporting on adumonline.com this morning, and they said the headlines revealed 1 million ghost names in voters register. Let me just read the first two lines. It says the Electoral Commission has revealed there are over 1 million ghost names in the current voters register. The campaign for a new electoral role is to remove ghosts to ensure a credible, free, and fair election in December 2020. Now, they said he was speaking on the Asempa FM's Ecosystem program. There's a point where he makes. He says that he explained that the current register does not guarantee one man, one vote due to manual verification. Dr. Kweku claimed if the current system is used for the elections, it will encourage electoral fraud, since all political parties given the opportunity would want to cheat the system. Quote, manual verification can encourage impersonation, denial of people's vote, and deceased voting. We've also heard of the issue of the fact that the machines they are using currently are obsolete, and the fact that they need to replace those machines. How do you respond to some of those issues that have been raised to justify the move to compile a new voters register?
That has been raised and discredited. I don't know how much time we have, but all these issues have been raised and discredited. If you don't want to listen to us, let's listen to the position paper of the 18 civil society organizations. And you get all these issues have been addressed.